Now, if you own the SNR 357, you're rated number 6 of the most powerful air pistols reviewed. Why I defend the SNR 357? Because it's fun to plink with and it's a great option for self-defense. 350 feet per second BB and pellet combo. You will see Dan Wesson parts here. Don't worry about that because the Dan Wesson and the SNR 357 are very compatible. Now, this is a very fun plinking air gun. Now, it reminds me of the Triple X movie where they had the 357 with all various types of ammo. This is what it definitely reminds me of. Now, I have a picture here of the Dan Wesson. So the parts are interchangeable, so if you see any Dan Wesson parts, don't worry about that. The SNR 357 can come in two different sizes, the SR 357 and of course the SNR. You can also purchase handles if you get tired of that old gray looking handle. Picatinny rail system you can also purchase for this, and you can also order 3D printed railing systems that go over your muzzle and all that, and don't worry about the cylinder release. You can also reload and unload as well. Don't forget about purchasing cartridges. That makes it easier when it comes to loading. You don't have to keep excessively loading the same ones. And speaking of loading, the speed loaders as well. This is the actual part that goes to the SNR 357. Now, the pouches. The pouches for the speed loaders, and if you're not happy with that, then you can get the speed loader and holster combo. So, how to make your SNR 357 more powerful? You can obviously switch up to one mod is switching out the valve body system. Now, the valve body system that originally comes in your SNR 357 is a 2-inch. You can switch it out to an 8-inch. Obviously, for somehow odd reason, the air is restricted more on the 8 than it is on the 2. Basically, you're not wasting unnecessary air. The C700 FFI, you type that in on Amazon UK, try to find that 8-inch or 6-inch valve body. Now, I'm going to show you basically how this operates. Now, to your left is your original part that comes, and the aftermarket obviously to your right. Obviously no difference in the depth. Well, the inner of the valve pin, you can see that there's 3 holes. Like I said, it doesn't restrict air like the aftermarket part for some odd reason. So basically you're not wasting air for no reason, so it just tightens up your air and it builds more pressure than it, so you got to understand it. I don't mean to be so difficult. So you can see the aftermarket, it comes with 2 holes in the valve pin. So like I said, the aftermarket, even in depth, look at this washers. You can tell that in depth, air is just more tighter. For some odd reason, this just makes the FPS climb. So C700 FFI, if you want to look that up on Amazon UK. Another mod you can do is take off your handle and take off the clip handle, and once you do that, it should look bare like this, and you have to have your base plate off. But notice that there's a spring that I'm fixing to circle here. That's the spring that needs to be pushed up. How you can achieve this, you can stick pieces of cardboard in that little slot deposit underneath it, but cardboard seems to sink and BBs might get loose after a while and damage your guns on the inside. Now, I'll show you more of a professional way to do this. You can stick a screw hex nut in there with a little screw, but remember, you will have to take the base plate off. Remember to take the base plate off, and don't turn it upside down because all the innards of your gun will fall out. So right down here at the end, right by the cylinder, you can see that there's a little slot to stick a screw hex nut and a screw. This is basically what you need. A screw hex nut and maybe a screw hex head, who knows, flat head. This is where you put it. That's it, and it should fit. Just play around till you find one. That's all you have to do, and then you can assess the pressure, or de-release the pressure. You don't have to, just go whatever you feel. Like if it's too much, then it's too much. If it's too less, if it ain't doing, this is another mod you can do the more professional way. um, so that's what it should look like, plain and simple. Another mod you can do is bevel out and crown out the end of these BB cartridges. You cannot do them to the pellet cartridges, just the BB. You want to bevel the end down and crown it out a little bit, and you can probably use some kind of little routing tool, whatever you want to use, to bevel that out. And the SNR 357, man, it's got a lot of options. Don't forget the ammo. The ammo is another thing. You use lighter pellets, they'll fly out of this thing, man. And one lethal pellet that I know for sure is very lethal is these fast flights. And you can get them all here at this site right here, and also at this site right here for sale. The SNR 357 is on sale, so check it out, man.
Instinct.